Hi everybody, welcome to Season That Ish. Today we are going to be making some banana bread. I know everybody and their mother is making banana bread, but mine is better.
Period.
So let's get into the recipe. The first thing I'm going to do is add 2 cups of flour in one of my bowls. Now we're going to have 2 bowls here, 1 bowl for the dry ingredients and 1 bowl for the wet ingredients. As always, the exact recipe with the measurements is going to be in the description box. After I add in my 2 cups of flour, I'm going to add in a little bit of nutmeg and some cinnamon. I try not to add too much nutmeg because I feel like then it just starts tasting like the holiday season, you know? If it is the holiday season when you're watching this, go off, okay? But the next thing I added was some baking soda and I stirred all of that around and then went on to start with my wet ingredients. For my wet ingredients, I am using a whole stick of butter, which was kind of hard to mash at first, but then I popped it in the microwave for like 10 seconds and it became a lot softer and easier to work with. I will say I'm using salted butter in this recipe, so I didn't add any salt to my dry ingredients. So I'll make a note in the description box of how much salt you should use if you're using unsalted butter. Obviously now I'm adding in some brown sugar, and it really matters the kind of sugar that you use. Don't try to use white sugar in this recipe. Please try to get light or dark brown sugar. So now I'm adding in obviously the main ingredient, bananas. I'm adding in about 4 bananas. 3 of them were just regular ripe bananas, and I had this old banana that was in my fridge for a minute, and I just threw it in there. And that's really what this recipe is for. If you got some bananas that's just been hanging out, you know, been getting brown, and they are too soft and too brown for you to eat, well, personally, I don't like those kind of bananas. Make some banana bread with them. You know, don't let them go to waste. So now my secret ingredient for this recipe is yogurt. I added about half a cup of yogurt, and I specifically used this honey Greek yogurt. You don't have to use the honey vanilla Greek yogurt, but that's just what I prefer. What was up with that whole banana bread craze that happened a couple months ago? Like, I don't understand where that came from. Like, why of all things everybody decided that they wanted to make banana bread? Some of them look pretty trash and some of them look amazing, but I'm telling you that this is one in the category of amazing. So I hope y'all try this one out if you try anything else. Plus, it's really easy to put together. I put this together in like 15 minutes and popped it in the oven to let it do its thing. While I was chit-chatting and being shady, I added in some vanilla to this recipe and I mixed it all around. And so the next thing I'm going to do is just mix our wet ingredients with our dry ingredients. And I'm doing it little by little just because I don't want everything to overflow and I want everything to be mixed really well. If you're liking this shady video so far, please subscribe, like, and comment. I don't know why I always choose to make stuff in bowls that are too small. I promise you I have bigger bowls, but I always pick these small bowls for no reason. So once it's all incorporated, I'm gonna add some pecans. Is it pecans or pecans? I'm saying pecans. I add some chopped pecans and I mix that all around. I would have loved to have something like raisins or dried cranberries or some other dried fruit to throw in there too, but everything was sold out at the store for some reason. I grabbed my pan. I believe this was like a 9x11 pan, and I buttered it up so that the bread would be easy to come out, and I poured my mixture into the pan. As we're getting ready to put this in the oven, I want to say that there's 2 parts to this baking process. So stay tuned to the end so that you can see what I'm doing to make sure that this comes out perfect and that the top doesn't get burned, because I seen some stuff on Instagram, okay? So what I'm going to do is just put some more of my pecans on top just so that I can look nice and so that people know what they're getting when they're looking at the banana bread. So you want to have your oven preheated to 350 degrees, and after 30 minutes your banana bread should look something like this. The thing is, your banana bread needs to cook for a full hour, but you see how it's already brown? That's a problem because we don't want to pop it back in there and burn the top. So for the second half of the cooking or baking process, I'm going to cover it with some foil so that the banana bread can continue to cook, but the top won't get brown anymore. So once you pull it out of the oven after about an hour, this is kind of what it should look like, and we're going to get ready to serve it. I mean, look at that. Wow, what a moment.
But wow, what a moment I will never forget. A moment that is most pleasing to me.
So get your bread knife out, girl or boy, and slice that up. Honestly, my knives are trash, so please hit the like button so I can eventually get some new knives when I get this thing monetized. But look at that bread. It looks amazing. I hope y'all try it out, and I will see you next time. Don't forget to watch my other videos because they're also pretty bomb. Bye.